Hello everybody and welcome back to Quarantine Kids Storytime. My name's Sascha Cooper and today we're going to be continuing the Battle of Mowgli and Shere Khan in the Jungle Book by Rudyard Kipling. Now when we last left these two, they were literally about to begin the biggest battle ever in the world. Let's see what happens, shall we? If you're ready, let's begin. "Ha ha!" said Mowgli on his back. "Now thou knowest!" And the torrent of black horns, foaming muzzles, and staring down eyes whirled down the ravine, just as boulders go down in flood time. The weaker buffaloes being shouldered out to the sides of the ravine, where they tore through the creepers. They knew what the business was before them. The terrible charge of the buffalo herd against which no tiger can hope to stand. Shere Khan heard the thunder of their hooves, picked himself up and lumbered down the ravine, looking from side to side for some way of escape. But the walls of the ravine were straight, and he had to hold on heavy with his dinner and his drink, ready to do anything rather than fight. The herd splashed through the pool he had just left, bellowing till the narrow cut rang. Mowgli heard an answering bellow from the foot of the ravine, saw Shere Khan turn. The tiger knew if the worst came to the worst, it was better to meet the bulls than the cows with their calves. And then Rama tripped, stumbled, and went on again over something soft, and with the bulls at his heels, crashed full into the other herd, while the weaker buffaloes were lifted clean off their feet by the shock of the meeting. That charge carried both herds out into the plain, goring and stamping and snorting. Mowgli watched his time and slipped off Rama's neck, laying about him right and left with his stick. "Quick, Akela! Break them up! Scatter them, or they will be fighting one another! Drive them away, Akela! Hi, Rama! Hi, 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 my children! Softly now, softly! It is all over!" Akela and Grey Brother ran to and fro, nipping the buffalo's legs, and though the herd wheeled once to charge up the ravine again, Mowgli managed to turn Rama, and the others followed him to the wallows. Shere Khan needed no more trampling. He was dead, and the kites were coming for him already. "Brothers, that was a dog's death," said Mowgli, feeling for the knife he always carried in a sheath round his neck now that he lived with men. "But he would never have shown fight. His hide will look well on the council rock. We must get to work swiftly." A boy trained among men would never have dreamed of skinning a 10-foot tiger alone. But Mowgli knew better than anyone else how a tiger's animal skin is fitted on, and how it can be taken off. But it was hard work, and Mowgli slashed and tore and grunted for an hour, while the wolves lolled out their tongues or came forward and tugged as he ordered them. Presently a hand fell on his shoulder, and looking up, he saw Buldeo with the tower musket. The children had told the village about the buffalo stampede, and Buldeo went out angrily, only too anxious to correct Mowgli for not taking better care of the herd. The wolves dropped out of sight as soon as they saw the man coming. "What is this folly?" said Buldeo angrily. "To think that thou canst skin a tiger! Where did the buffaloes kill him?" "It is the lame tiger too, and there is 100 rupees on his head." Well, well, we will overlook thy letting the herd run off, and perhaps I will give thee 1 of the rupees of the reward when I have taken the skin to Kaniwara." He fumbled in his waistcloth for flint and steel, and stooped down to singe Shere Khan's whiskers. Most native hunters always singe a tiger's whiskers to prevent his ghost from haunting them. Said Mowgli, half to himself, as he ripped back the skin of a forepaw. So thou wilt take the hide to Kaniwara for the reward, and perhaps give me 1 rupee? Now it is in my mind that I need the skin for my own use. Heh! Old man, take away that fire. What talk is this to the chief hunter of the village? Thy luck and the stupidity of thy buffaloes have helped thee to this kill. Now this tiger has just fed, or he would have gone 20 miles by this time. Thou canst not even skin him properly, little beggar brat. And forsooth I, Buldeo, must be told not to singe his whiskers. Mowgli, I will not give thee 1 anna of the reward, but a very big beating. Leave the carcass. By the bull that bought me, said Mowgli, who was trying to get at the shoulder, must I stay babbling to an old ape all noon? Here, Akela, this man plagues me. Buldeo, who was still stooping over Shere Khan's head, found himself sprawling on the grass, with a grey wolf standing over him, while Mowgli went on skinning as though he were alone in all India. Yes, he said, between his teeth. Thou art altogether right, Buldeo. Thou wilt never give me 1 anna of the reward. There is an old war between this lame tiger and myself, a very old war. And I have won. To do Buldeo justice, if he had been 10 years younger, he would have taken his chance with Akela had he met the wolf in the woods. But a wolf who obeyed the orders of this boy, who had private wars with man-eating tigers, was not a common animal. It was sorcery. Magic of the worst kind, thought Buldeo, and he wondered whether the amulet around his neck would protect him. He lay as still, expecting every minute to see Mowgli turn into a tiger too. Maharaj! Great King! He said at last in a husky whisper. Yes, said Mowgli without turning his head, chuckling a little. I am an old man. I did not know that thou wast anything more than a herdsboy. May I rise up and go away, or will thy servant tear me to pieces? Go, and peace go with thee. Only another time do not meddle with my game. Let him go, Akela. Buldeo hobbled away to the village as fast as he could, looking back over his shoulder in case Mowgli should change into something terrible. When he got to the village, he told a tale of magic and enchantment and sorcery that made the priest look very grave. Mowgli went on with his work, but it was nearly twilight before he and the wolves had drawn the great gay skin clear of the body. Now we must hide this and take the buffaloes home. Help me to herd them, Akela. The herd rounded up in the misty twilight, and when they got near the village, Mowgli saw lights and heard the conches and bells in the temple blowing and banging. Half the village seemed to be waiting for him by the gate. That is because I have killed Shere Khan, he said to himself. But a shower of stones whistled about his ears, and the villagers shouted, Sorcerer! Wolf's brat! Jungle demon! Go away! Get hence quickly, or the priest will turn thee into a wolf again! Shoot, Buldeo, shoot! The old tower musket went off with a bang, and a young buffalo bellowed in pain. More sorcery! Shouted the villagers. He can turn bullets! Buldeo, that was thy buffalo! Now, what is this? Said Mowgli, bewildered, as the stones flew thicker. They are not unlike the pack, these brothers of thine, said Akela, sitting down composedly. It is in my head that if bullets mean anything, they would cast thee out. Wolf! Wolf's cub! Go away! Shouted the priest, waving a sprig of the sacred tulsi plant. Again! Last time it was because I was a man. This time it is because I am a wolf. Oh, let us go, Akela. A woman, it was Mesua, ran across to the herd and cried, Oh, my son, my son! They say thou art a sorcerer who can turn himself into a beast at will. I do not believe, but go away or they will kill thee. But Deo says thou art a wizard, but I know thou hast avenged Nathu's death. Come back, Mesua! Shouted the crowd. Come back, or we will stone thee! Mowgli laughed a little short, ugly laugh, for a stone had hit him in the mouth. Run back, Mesua. This is one of the foolish tales they tell under the big tree at dusk. I have at least paid for thy son's life. Farewell, and run quickly, for I shall send the herd in more swiftly than their brickbats. I am no wizard, Mesua. Farewell. Now once more, Akela, he cried. Bring the herd in. The buffaloes were anxious enough to get to the village. They hardly needed Akela's yell, but they charged through the gate like a whirlwind, scattering the crowd right and left. Keep count, shouted Mowgli scornfully. It may be that I have stolen one of them. Keep count, for I will do your herding no more. Fare you well, children of men, and thank Mesua that I do not come in with my wolves and hunt you up and down your street. He turned on his heel and walked away with the lone wolf, and as he looked up at the stars, he felt happy. No more sleeping in traps for me, Akela. Let us get Shere Kha's skin and go away. No, we will not hurt the village, for Mesua was kind to me. And we'll leave it there. Thank you so much for listening and watching, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Tune in tomorrow to see the conclusion of this exciting chapter of The Jungle Book by Rudyard Kipling. My name's been Sascha Cooper, and this has been Quarantine Kids Storytime. Take care of yourselves, everybody, and stay safe. Bye-bye.
La